He says he doesn't have a headset.
Oh, he doesn't have a headset. Okay.
Yeah, but he can hear us.
Okay, cool. Is he streaming then? Or has he set up the stream? Can we just test that before we drop the link
Yeah,
on?
probably. But
Yeah, he just needs to give us the link, either yeah via private message, and then we can just test it out quick.
okay. Okay, so if you hear that, just send us the link
Yeah,
or send Kamsa the
yeah,
link.
he shouldn't. Yeah, he shouldn't. Yeah, don't put it in the Discord for everyone yet. Just for us. If you send it to just me and Wudenita, so we can just have a listen, make sure both coming through, and then yeah, we can go for it.
I realized I was messaging you to play the draft league game, and then I realized I was not gonna have time today. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's okay.
So
I
yeah,
mean, that draft league is really like just for shits
that
and
is,
giggles. But the teams are
yeah,
weird. They're not that like cohesive. It's just like overpowered and there's no there's no balance. It's weird.
yeah. I think for me it's weird because I've played better with my sub players than with my starting 11, so I had to change the tactic. So the first game I play, I couldn't. I don't know, it felt weird. So I changed the tactic and put I think it was Richarlison on the left, and then Mahrez on the right. So I'm playing at 3-5-2, and it was brilliant. Plenty of more chances that with Muller up front or
That's the
um,
thing. You got to get the right mix, right, of
yeah,
players. You can have all the Harlem Globetrotters kind of players, but it doesn't mean it's gonna work. Or yeah, make a cohesive team. Okay. Wondering now if Walt Bill heard our request.
no idea. And then um,
Um,
I'm gonna send the link to you.
did he send it to you?
No, no, no. I'll text him to send the link to you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Both
as it
of
says
us.
already done. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
please tell me he didn't put it. I don't know.
I mean,
Just checking Charity Shield. No, so it's not on the Charity Shield.
oh, there it is.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
got it while builds come through. Um, checking here. Okay, testing one, two. Okay, I can increase.
Yeah, I can see it.
One, two. One, two. Testing one, two. Charity shield. Testing one, two. Charity shield. Okay, cool.
Okay,
Okay, I think we can go for it. In terms of we can put this link in the Discord now.
okay, perfect. I think
Cool.
what I'm gonna do is just
In terms of
I have
we can
to
put
set up the settings. So just change the. I don't know. That's gonna be Will. Is He's the one that has to put the
yeah,
stadium noise and take the commentator out.
yeah,
Because,
because he's the one who's streaming. Yeah, yeah. So you can keep your silence actually. You can keep your settings as is. Bill
okay,
must be the one to yeah, to take down the commentary.
okay, perfect.
Cool. Let's share the link. I'm gonna share it myself on the Discord.
Good. Just bear in mind if I have any red arrow players, don't tell Bill that. I'm joking.
Oh, right.
It's
Okay.
okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. You will see that
Cool.
because it will be on the bench. So no, it's fine.
Right. Okay, cool. I'm gonna mute for now until we have some viewers.
Okay, just let me know when I have to press OK.
I will. I'll do that. I'll let you know.
Só privilegiados têm ouvido igual ao seu. Eu, por sua vez, o que Deus me deu. Se você insiste em classificar meu comportamento diante musical, eu mesmo mentindo devo argumentar. Isto é bossa nova, isto é muito natural. E você sabe, nem sempre sente, é que os desafinados também têm coração. Fotografei você na minha Rolleiflex, revelou-se a sua enorme ingratidão.
That's the whole point, El Professor. Thank you. The music is supposed to be holding music. Good evening, folks, and welcome. It is the Charity Shield on PES FC. We're about to get stuck in, just waiting for a couple more people to arrive, and then we'll get the show on the road. This is, the first piece of silverware before the season starts, and it sees the winner of Division 1 in Diego, known as Woodenita on the Discord. Here's Real Madrid up against the man known as Wild Bill. Wild Bill won the Grand Cup, beating Yupko in that final. And so now they're up against each other in our first bit of action for the new season. Was an exciting transfer window that we had as well. And of course, if Diego, you can hear me, I think this is a good time for us to get this show on the road. We can go through to the next screen. So Wild Bill, Woodenita, start match. So folks, these two guys, having done some business, of course, in the transfer window that's just passed. Real Madrid adding to what is a very, very impressive defense. Presnel Kimpembe being added to that. And of course, he already had Davidson Sanchez in there. So that makes a very strong central pairing in defense. And then you've got Gaia on the left and Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right to complete what is easily an over 80 averaged OVR backline. So that's a good building block, a good place to start for Woodenita's Real Madrid. And some of the other new faces include Gareth Bale, who he's using up front. He is one of the lone players for the season, of course. Talisca was brought in via the transfer window alongside Herrera in the midfield. On the side of Zenit, they also did some business. Paulinho, who starts, is new. He's come in on a transfer. Modric, one of the lone players for the season, alongside Jordi Alba. Lindelof brought in. Interestingly enough, he wasn't even the most expensive defender, Lindelof, in that transfer window. Essentially, I guess one for the future was bought, and that was, of course, Camara, who can play as a wing-back in defense. He was quite pricey, but as you'll probably see, he's starting on the bench for Zenit. So already it's quite a different type of side on each side for the new season. And as we can see, both very formidable sides. Those are the starting 11. So you have the likes of Bale, Rodrigo for Madrid. You got Malcolm, Juba for Zenit, Paulinho maybe, Modric, Guendouzi, Talisca. These are all your possible opening goal scorers. Remember, you can place your bets on the Discord. And let's see who is going to be the first. Wild Bill rocking his My Club strip. Yeah, I hadn't seen that before. It's a good look. So yeah, here we go, folks. That's the Charity Shield on PES FC. And we're about to see here, these two players are going to meet again in the new season. Wild Bill finishing runner-up in Division 2 and getting promotion. So he'll be an opponent And so I guess they get a chance to feel each other out. And speaking to Diego coming into this one, he actually says they haven't played each other because he didn't seem to have him on his friends list, right? So maybe they have met and just didn't add each other to each other's friends list, but they'll be meeting for the first worthwhile and meaningful piece of action here tonight. And there you have Berg on the ball, but good defense here. Malcolm, one of the remaining stars of the Zenit side, along with Smolnikov, who starts with them at right back. Smolnikov, a mainstay of that defense now, considering the changes that have happened on the side of Zenit. They were quite active in the market. Brought in Lindelof to partner Rudiger. So you have the likes of Koch and Camara, the youngsters, also brought in. But Calabria let go. And there you have it, folks, the opening goal of the match. I almost missed that. Bit of a delay there. Real Madrid are off the mark with Rodrigo getting the opening goal. And we're off the mark here. Real Madrid, Udinese asserting his dominance. Barrios coming from midfield to find Paulinho, the new man. Can he get a good cross in there? He tries to get one, and it goes in yet again. Oh, wow. What a good equalizer. A good response. Abdul Rahman finding a good way back into the game to nullify what was a hot start from Real Madrid. Zenit St. Petersburg finding the equalizing goal with less than 8 minutes into the game. Wow. Okay. This is a hot start. Need to be catching up to this one. Wow. Okay. These two gents are playing some great offensive stuff from the onset. And I guess that's what you can get from a preseason game, is you don't really have to hold back or be strategic or anything. You're just having a bit of fun, aren't you? But I'm sure both of them want to win. Here we go. Real Madrid are on the ball now. Can they find another goal? It's Lunev who makes easy work of that. And they build from the back. Zenit with Smolnikov on the ball. Goal scorer Abdul Rahman gives it back to him, and he makes the run. He's on the ball again. Can he find a teammate? He does. Juba finds Paulinho. He tries to go from it from an awkward angle, and it's not going to be good enough to test the defense. But this is some positive play. And they've earned a corner out of it. Modric stands over it, dispatches it. And that was easy work for Bunu in goal. Real Madrid now can just stem the pressure. Take their time playing it out the back. It's Gaia on the ball. He's got plenty of space in front of him. He's still going, and that looked like a foul, but I think the referee played advantage there, which has been lost now. Zenit on the counter-attack. Abdul Rahman's on the ball. He finds Modric. Barrios dispossessed. Madrid now. And this is more positive play from the men in black. Herrera looking for an outlet. He finds Trent Alexander-Arnold, who goes in with the cross, but a good clearance there from the defense of Zenit. Herrera finds time to work with Alexander-Arnold, who's going to try that cross again, I'm sure. He does. It's a bit deeper this time. And not the tidiest of cleaning up at the back there by Zenit. And a yellow card here for Abdul Rahman. That challenge there on Gaia. With the goal kick, Lunev playing it short to Lindelof. Smolnikov now on the ball. Barrios. It's Paulinho. This man here has been really at the heart of all that's been good about Zenit so far. Luka Modric, ambitious pass, it gets intercepted by Gareth Bale. He's got the pace to find space, but holds it up nicely there. Herrera goes for it and just doesn't find the shot. Unfortunate for him. Here we go. Abdulrahman plays it out to Paulinho. And now it's Guendouzi on the ball. He finds Gaia. Real Madrid moving up well here. And Lunev makes that an easy catch. He finds Modric. Victor Lindelof already breached on his debut as a defense. I guess the same could be said for the two goalkeepers. No clean sheets here as we get to the half-hour mark, and the game, wouldn't say petering out, but chances aren't as clear-cut at this point. The two players having a better measure of each other. As we head towards the new campaign, this man here, Paulinho, one of the new players. Barrios, retained from last season. Modric, a lone player. Those are all familiar names. There's Modric, one of the new guys. He's got the ball, tries to cut it back in, finds Abdulrahman, who almost found yet another goal. That would have been a header, but he heads just wide. And that's a good play from the two new bodies at Zenit. Zuba, the strong man, been a bit quiet in this game. A good focal point of Wild Bill's attack. As we see here, Real Madrid trying to build theirs. Gaia, one of the new recruits. Talisca's on the ball alongside Herrera, who finds Trent Alexander-Arnold, who tries to find a good cross, but it's cleared out by the Zenit defense. Malcolm looking to put pressure. Almost worked. Sitting comfortably behind the ball was Zenit. Now they can break with Jordi Alba looking for Malcolm, but can't find him. A good interception, but it's not all over for Real Madrid. They've got some work to do here. Modric, a bit wide. He's going to try cross it in, and only finds the Real Madrid players who rather calmly get the ball out, but only as far as the likes of Smolnikov. It's Modric. Malcolm looks for Modric, finds him with a beautiful through ball, and he can't find Abdulrahman in the center. As Real Madrid here can maybe break. There's two players ahead of Herrera. He finds one of them, Gareth Bale. He finds Herrera back again for the return ball. Can he get a cross here? That's effective. Troubles the defense of Zenit. Not the case. Here we are. We have Real Madrid trying to be a bit more effective with their attacks. And that's half time, folks. And as you can see there, very early stages of this game, we had the two opening goals in the 6th minute and the 8th minute. And it's been very, very skint since then. Only 2 shots on target for Madrid and 1 for Zenit. Both sides squaring up rather well against each other. Hopefully we get a start of the second half that was as good as and fast as the first half. As we see here, both coaches just casting an eye over their sides. No changes as we go into the second half. Jordi Alba, he's been quite active on the flanks for Zenit St. Petersburg, but it's been a real team effort. No one has really gone missing in this game, barring maybe Zuba, but he can still contribute yet. Always dangerous, as we see here. Herrera on the ball. And it's Jordi Alba who finds Abdul Rahman. He's on a yellow card from the first half. And as we'll see here, an opportunity from the set piece. It's Talisca to send it in. And good clearance from the defense. Good pass there. Paulinho's tried a long range pass. The keeper comes out to head it back into one of his defenders' custody. Gaya's on the ball now. Maybe for a bit too long. Could have ended badly for him, but instead Malcolm fouls him. It's a free kick for Real Madrid. Berg's on the ball. He finds Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold bundled over, but not a foul. The ball is Zenit's, but they lose it yet again in the midfield. Kimpembe on the ball. Gaya now. Kimpembe, player brought in for some big money. 106 million was spent to bring him in to partner Sanchez in the defense of Real Madrid. A lot of money, 106 million. And Hector Herrera was bought in for 90 million. And so some big sums moving around. Bunu just slowing things down a touch. And Zenit St. Petersburg trying to use that long ball now. That's what that man's there for. Zuba didn't get perfect chest down. An attempt that ended up being cleared by the defense, but that's what he's there for. Remember, folks, if it's still tied at 90 minutes, we'll be headed to extra time and penalties. But that was almost not going to be necessary. The diving header there from Paulinho, and the ball knocked out by Alexander-Arnold. I think we'll start seeing the first substitutions of the game. That's happening on the side of Zenit. Real Madrid holding fourth with their starting 11. And as you see, Azmoun will come in for Abdul Rahman, who had been on a yellow card, and Ozdoev comes in for Luka Modric. Berg is on the ball, finds Guendouzi. That was some strong play there from Talisca. Zenit couldn't really do anything about it. The defense there just seemed to be struggling with Talisca in that moment, and it's earned Real Madrid a corner kick. He stands over it, he sends it in looking for Herrera, but it's cleared out by Zenit's defense. Ozdoev finds Malcolm, who's got plenty of space in front of him, but the black shirts defend not well enough, but in that instance they do. Well done. A good recovery there after what was a splitting pass from Malcolm. It looked like it was going to be an important pass, finding his teammate, but they were able to cope with that, Real Madrid, as Zenit try to build up again. Dzyuba playing a lot deeper now. Ozdoev bringing the energy, but Talisca's on the ball. Ozdoev does well to get it off him again, but Real Madrid now turning the tide possibly. Rodrigo on the ball, tries to find Gareth Bale. He's dispossessed. It's Barrios who's back to assist his defense and getting that ball out. And both sides here just not being effective with the ball, wasteful at times. As we see Real Madrid here. Herrera, that instance there could have been a lot worse. Zenit descending on the Real Madrid players. But it is a Real Madrid free kick. Talisca looking like he might want to go directly for it. Let's see what he decides to do. That's exactly what he decides to do, but not the right decision in that instance, as the ball goes sailing above. Jordi Alba using his pace to find Paulinho, but Alexander Arnold is wise to it. Finds his keeper, who plays it to the other wing back in Gaia. Berg, that linchpin in midfield, releasing the likes of Herrera to forage forward. And it's Talisca. Finds Alexander Arnold. And what an amazing cross there. And an even better header for the second goal for Real Madrid. Just building up and finally going in for that knockout punch. And what a punch it was. An incredible header, justifying the second goal of the game. And Zenit going to tinker once again with their last substitution. It might be Dzyuba who gets sacrificed, and it is. As maybe some pace is required just to turn things around. But what a good passage of play there from Real Madrid to get the second goal of the game. And a fast move it was. As we see there, Kearney comes in for Talisca. Erikin for Dzyuba. Both teams making substitutions now. Rodrigo on the ball. Finds Herrera, who's got plenty of room to work with. Finds Gareth Bale, who's brushed aside. Smolnikov plays it long to Malcolm. And one of the fresher bodies on the pitch in Ozdoev going on that run. He finds the return ball. And this could be some good play here if they can string the correct passes together. Malcolm goes in with the cross, and what a good cross it was. And that almost was a troublesome and possibly equalizing opportunity there for Zenit. But it just goes over the bar from Azmoun. Kaya goes for the crossfield, but it then ends up with Sanchez, who eventually finds Trent Alexander-Arnold. He'll use his pace. He's running into space. Gareth Bale finds Herrera, who finds Kearney. Kearney finds Rodrigo. Can he find another goal? Oh no, that was close. Almost a back-to-back goal fest for him. Rodrigo, good opportunity there. And with only 5 minutes left, they'll hope they won't be made to rue that mistake, that missed opportunity. As Zenit now try to find an equalizer. Malcolm plays it through, and yes, there it is! The equalizer arrives right on time. As Zenit St. Petersburg, from the flanks, find a well-manufactured headed goal. And there you have it. The man who was brought in to make a difference has done exactly that. Azmoun getting on the score sheet. Unless one of these guys can drum up another goal, we're going to extra time. Wow. Okay, so Zenit saying we're not out of this one yet. And maybe Dzyuba coming off and injecting some fresh legs and some pace has helped some. As both sides, if obviously we go into extra time, on the side of Zenit, they'll have another substitution they can make to help stretch the game and stretch their lead. As we see here, Real Madrid trying to look for a goal in these dying stages of the game. Comes with some risk, but it could be right reward just to get this over and done with. Rodrigo has the ball, and a good save there from the Zenit keeper. Lunev with a strong arm there. And it's looking likely that we might be headed to extra time. And I won't mind that one bit. It's been a great game so far from these two players. Jordi Alba tries to find the cross, but Sanchez and company will play this one out. Mere seconds left. Can anyone do anything? And nope, neither side can find the winning goal in regulation time, as it's now extra time to try find a winner of the Charity Shield for PES FC. And wow, it's been a game full of lots of action and incident, bottom heavy and top heavy. Very early stages of the game we got goals, and then dying embers of the game we get goals, so balanced, I guess. And if you've been watching right from the beginning, right reward for your commitment, as these two gents are now committed to getting their first piece of silverware for the new season. As we said, Udinese, the winner of Division 1. And, yeah, Wild Bill, he's a winner in his own right. And, of course, if you look at his name on the Discord, he announced as himself. Yeah, the GC winner, Wild Bill Wardley. So, looking at the stats, it's Madrid who's been dominating. They would have been looking at that game and thinking they should have wrapped it up in regular time, but credit must go to Zenit and Wild Bill. They fought till the very end and put themselves in a good position to turn this one in their favor. 2-2, two halves of extra time to be played, failing which we'll head to penalties. But a good run out here for these coaches with their new players and their new teams, somewhat new teams. Guendouzi finds Jovic. He's been brought in. Can he find the shot? It's a good one. Lots of power. It's just far too wide to trouble Zenit's keeper. And we've seen this familiar build-up from Zenit. Jordi Alba, so effective for them. Holding up the ball as he looks for Paulinho, who can't get there in time. Instead, it's Bunu. He's looking to play it short out to Trent Alexander-Arnold, whose tank is running on empty, it seems. But it's because he's been so crucial to the work done by Real Madrid. Guendouzi looking for someone to make a run. Gaia. Heavy touch. Means that Zenit can regroup. Here we go. Ozdev finds Smolnikov. As we see here, Paulinho plays a good return ball to Jordi Alba. He plays the cross in. It's too close to the keeper, but he can only punch it out. Real Madrid now. Can they turn the tide? Guendouzi finds Kearney. Jovic does good play. Can they sustain it? And it's disrupted there by Zenit at the expense of a free kick. Tactical foul of sorts from Ozdev, but he'll take that to slow them down. Guendouzi was hammering his way through to the 18 area. Kearney now. Herrera goes off on a run, and that didn't quite work out, that 1-2. Paulinho now with the pace. He finds a good pass there, looking for Malcolm. He's got pace too. Does he make use of it? He does. He's on the ball, looking for the cut back in, and it's a good goal there from Zenit St. Petersburg. What an amazing counter-attack in a way. Just so clinical was that pass to Malcolm. He gets it into the center, and that man there, Azmoun, once again, so lethal. Gets onto the end of it. And they've turned things around. They had the momentum at the end of the game. Zenit having scored the late equalizer. And that momentum carrying them into this first half of extra time. With not much time left on the clock. Real Madrid looking for something last minute to trouble Zenit, and they won't be able to find it. It's 3-2. Azmoun headed towards a hat-trick there. On a hat-trick there with 2 goals to his name. Brought in, not from the start, but has been very effective since being introduced to the game. Real Madrid still have 2 substitutes they can make. The bench that has the likes of Richie on it. Zenit St. Petersburg been using more of their substitutes in this tie, and they have been the ones to make an impact. So I'm seeing some of the predictions here. 3-2. Bilal, that's right out the window. That's not gonna happen. It's 3-2 the other way. Zenit St. Petersburg leading against Real Madrid. But there's still time for Woodinita to try find an equalizer. But look at that. Blue bodies behind the ball. There's a wall of defenders. Everyone just looking to create that shield, and it's worked. Smolnikov now can look to dispatch Malcolm. He has. And this is where it might get interesting. Maybe Malcolm had a bit more time to carry that ball. That pass easily intercepted by Real Madrid. Kimpembe now will help play the ball out. That was quite the opportunity there on the counter. And not well utilized in the end by Zenit St. Petersburg. Malcolm a bit hasty, but let's see if it won't be a costly move as Real Madrid here go in search of an equalizing goal. Not much time left. And as you can see, that Zenit defense is sitting deep. Barrios breaches it a bit to go try find the ball. He disrupts what Madrid were looking to do, but they still have possession. Berger finds Alexander-Arnold. Camavinga now on the ball, introduced into the game as he makes the run. It was a good run, but overrun. And we'll see Lunev play to Smolnikov. All they have to do now is keep possession. Zenit St. Petersburg. They've made a professional comeback. Can they get a professional result by seeing this one out and not having to go to penalties? Paulinho now. Looked like he was going towards the corner, but he's found his way into the 18-yard area, and he looks to bend that one past the keeper. Bunu gets his hand on it. Malcolm still has the ball, but Gaia picks his pocket. Kimpembe finds Berger. If something has to happen, it has to happen now from Real Madrid. Running out of precious time. And these passes just not getting to the intended target, but a good tackle there. Martinelli on the ball. Oh, maybe he should have taken the opportunity himself. He played it back, and that move there ends up in Lunev just holding on to the ball. He's going to kick it far. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Wild Bill Wadley makes his way into the new campaign and into Division 1, Diego's territory, with a win over Diego. 3-2 in the end. Zenit St. Petersburg winning that encounter. Congratulations and well done. Wow, what a good comeback there from Zenit. And it's such a pity we won't be able to catch up with Bill on chat because he's not got a headset, but I'm sure he'll catch up with the rest of you on the Discord. But I guess let me use this moment to bring in Diego, just to have a chat, Diego, around, what's that result right there.
Well, really disappointed, but it was a good game.
Yeah,
I
mean,
I should have waste more time at the end, when I scored it.
For sure. So, I mean, I wanted to speak to you prior about, the season that you had in Division 1. It was very tight up until the end of the campaign. What do you think made you the standout team this season?
Who will be the surprise, you mean, or who?
No. I think what made you the standout team? What did you do better than everybody else besides winning games? I mean, it's fine margins up there at that level.
Yeah, I think it was just a little bit of luck. Sometimes games are quite close, and you just need to have that chance that goes in.
Yeah.
As you can see, though, in this game he killed me on the counter and with his crossing.
Yeah.
I couldn't get any clear chances. I would just have to pass the ball and look for the opening. But no, it was a good
For
game.
sure.
Last season, I don't know, it was a good run with Colbert, Regis Torres, and Ray as well. So it was tough fun. It's fun. It's gonna be even harder this year, but we'll try our best. And
No, for sure. Okay, no, we wish you the best. And in terms of your transfer business, are you happy with what you got in and the players that you acquired?
Yeah. I mean, I have to make some movements. I think that 4-4-2 is the tactic that suits me the best. So I'll have to just find the way to use or make the most from Bale. In this game, 1 assist, but there was no much involvement. Probably I'll have to just Vice Kings a little. But I think I have a very, very good team. So I'll be
I
there.
think so
There
too.
for the battle.
Yeah. No, you got like an incredible defense that you've pieced together. You've brought in the likes of Herrera and Talisca, just for your midfield and attacking options. So I think, yeah, you should have a good campaign. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, Diego. Sorry about the results, but I'm sure we can both admit that Bill played a good game.
Yeah, it was a really good game. Really, really tough. And he, at the end, he scored more goals than me, so he deserved to win. Well done.
There
I
we
know
go.
you can hear me,
It's as
even though
simple
you
as
don't have
that.
the headset. Well done. We'll see each other during the season. Hopefully we'll be a good
Yes, of
game.
course. We'll look out for those games. It should be incredible. Thank you very much, my brother. All the best, Diego. Thank you to Wild Bill for the broadcast, and to thank you to everybody who was on the YouTube watching and chatting and participating. We'll catch you back on the Discord. But there we go. The first piece of silverware for the campaign goes to Wild Bill Wardley and his Zenit St. Petersburg team in the Charity Shield, having won 3-2 against Real Madrid.